Hello, everybody. How are y'all doing on this fine election day? I hope you guys have done or will plan on doing your civic duty. If not, I don't care. Either way. I'm gonna wait for a little bit more folks to jump in, and then I'll get right to it about something interesting that happened last night. So bear with me. What's up, Goober? What's up, DGen? Unfortunately, DGen, it's not necessarily. It's not happening here and now. What you think it is? It's more of a recap. Because I saw him right now. He's not online. The other guy, Mr. Root Words, is currently online right now. But I wanted to give people an update on just what happened last night. So, this is Sabir Bey. I don't know if you guys know who he is. He is one of your typical Moorish, arrogant Moorish folks who think they know more than anybody else. And, oh God, he kind of comes across as a wannabe Taj Tariq Bey, and not him, Justin. This is somebody different. In other words, he tries to fancy himself as the intellectual Moor. I mean, for fuck's sake, look at the thumbnails for all of his fucking live streams and all of these books that he has like strewn about on his table, as if that's supposed to convey intelligence. So that's the kind of guy you're kind of dealing with here. You know, look at all these fucking law dictionaries I got all over the place. You know, yeah. So last night he called me out. Yeah. So here he is.
Stupid they really sound. Are you ready to rock and roll with me?
Oh, okay.
Are you ready to roll?
Again, Ego is the name of the game here. Oh yeah, the goober. These books are probably like second edition, first edition, and you know he's trying to get himself hyped up for this sort of call out. Teresa. Well, we already got a guy who's blasting music like he's going to like we're about to do a rap battle. See, DGen already had his fun, and I was already here from the beginning.
I don't have that hooked up right now. I want you to talk to me. So email me at sabirbayradio@gmail.com. I'm not.
And I have.
I'm ignore the rest of this stuff, but bear with me.
What's up, Celine?
I'll be on the East Coast. I don't even know where he's at, but I'll be on the East Coast next week. Philly and New York.
Oh
Philly,
God.
New York. So
Again.
Let me talk about it, because if you think I'm talking smack, then bring it. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh Jesus! He really doesn't take. He doesn't really like the idea about calling Moors sovereign citizens. They usually don't. No sovereign citizen apparently likes to be called a sovereign citizen.
Y'all don't even understand me. You don't really understand me. Do you know I pick people? Do y'all understand the type of person that I am? I pick people. I'll pick your brain.
Okay.
Thoroughly first. Okay. Okay, whatever you think.
You know,
claim you think that I'm dealing with, whatever claim you think. I'm gonna make this clear for you one more again. I'm not those Moors.
I left DGen, so I don't know what happened in the latter 10 to 15 minutes.
So, if that be the case.
Oh, and he responded to my email, but he didn't give me anything in the way of a time. A platform.
Please, I'm just asking a question.
You know, he didn't give me anything. All he said was, "Thank you for your response."
When I was in Texas.
Okay, so he has somebody who's showing off someone's state, their bar card. I'm gonna tell you right now, I am licensed, in New York and New Jersey. I do not have a bar card. That doesn't mean I'm not an attorney, or no, I'm not a practicing attorney. What states do and what they give their attorneys and what they don't give them, that's all on the respective states. But this whole notion of these guys like, you have to have a bar card, or, you know, show me your bar card. I don't have one. I don't need one. So there you go.
I sat with this brother right here. Dave, you can look him up.
Okay. I mean, I really don't like the idea of this guy, getting doxxed, but whatever.
Okay, bring it to the cipher. Or you can tell him to email me, and then we can do it whatever which way they want. But the misinformation that's being put out here is not cool. I can't speak for all these Moors. Let me make this clear. I can't speak for those Moors. But this is the attorney that I was talking to.
Okay.
This says a bar card, not a lawyer's card. This.
What? Oh my fucking yeah. See, you see the word games that he likes to play. That's he and most Moor sovereigns and any sovereign citizen, they thrive on playing word games. He's saying, "Oh, it's a bar card, not a lawyer's card." Well, what the fuck is it supposed to be? The state bar of Texas is a public body underneath the judiciary. It's not a private membership. These guys don't fucking understand that. The New Jersey State Bar Association does not control who is or is not a practicing attorney in New Jersey. The judiciary is.
Person, name hereon, is enrolled as an attorney, not a lawyer.
It's same fucking thing.
Okay? Court, as administrative suspension, disciplinary suspension, disbarment. It didn't say lawyer. So I'm going to help you out. I'm going to help you out because, again, if
What's up, Wazoo?
See, I'm never going to tell a person what they don't know. I'm going to ask the person what they do know. Are you following me? I'm going to take my time real quick. I never tell a person what they don't know. I'm going to ask you what you do know. I'm not even talking Moors. Leave that part alone. I'm not even talking Moors. I want to know.
What's up, David? What's up, everybody?
Don't worry about that. That's irrelevant to me.
As I was saying to those who are just joining in, I got myself and Joe Palmetto got specifically called out by Sabir Bey last night.
We can talk about Jenkins, law library.
What's up, Rocky?
Law library. We can pick any law library you want. You can meet me in Philadelphia, Jenkins Law Library.
I don't give a flying fuck about going to a law library, dude. You're not worth my time. You are not worth my time and effort to drive out to Philly or Rutgers or any other law school library that you think you have access to.
That really don't understand what's going on. They will bark at those people, but I'm not that dude. So let me give y'all, and I want y'all to research this. And I'm going to go into sovereignty because sovereign citizen is an oxymoron.
Oh my, I really get tired of this meme. And I think Virgo Triad put out a video about this. Sovereign citizen originated with them. It was not a government created term. It wasn't something that law enforcement slapped onto these folks. The OGs, the first folks who filed, suits and, made these kinds of arguments, they're the ones who declared to be sovereign citizens. And now that it's got a negative term, it's got negativity associated with it, these folks want to walk back on it.
Let me say this one more time. I'm gonna show you how you.
I'm gonna bring up something while this is playing.
Top of the dome. Sovereign citizen is an oxymoron.
Okay, you tell. Okay.
Stop getting into personal stuff. I'm not talking about Europeans and Moors. None of that. None of that. None of that. I said, listen to me. It's an oxymoron. You're not intimidated. I'm not trying to be intimidating to you, baby. You're not intimidating to Sabir Bey either. And nor do Sabir Bey feel inferior. So I can give a goddamn, family. Trust me, I can give a goddamn. But you're gonna stop saying sovereign citizen. So let me give you.
No, I'm gonna keep on saying it, dude. It's easy.
I don't know.
It works, and it's applicable.
From.
Oh, wait! You just say you don't know where he got it from? I thought you had like fucking top tier research skills, man. You would know.
Sovereign people is the political body. Listen to me closely, both of you attorneys. Sovereign people is the political body consisting of the entire number of citizens and qualified electors who in their collective...
I know, DN, I mean, oh my God. Because he's reciting from what he read in a fucking law dictionary right now. Oh yeah, and he does talk to himself in the third person. He's also that kind of guy.
Capacity possesses the power of sovereignty and exercise them through their chosen representative. Sovereign citizen term.
Ah. Oh no, I fucked thing up.
Not me. I don't talk about that. I'm quoting the law dictionary. I'm going to quote it one more time. I'm going to help you out, family. Sovereign people is the political body consisting of the entire number of citizens and qualified electors who in their collective capacity possesses the power of sovereignty.
Why is this thing not loading?
Their chosen representative.
Again, he's reciting Black's Law 4th edition.
Because I didn't talk to him that much. That was
because sovereign citizen is not explicitly in a law dictionary. Therefore, what? Like what point is he trying to make? It's a term ascribed to a set of folks who, for whatever reason, do not believe that the laws of the United States or the state that they're in or the city that they're in apply to them because of some special circumstance. That is the basic definition of a sovereign citizen, and it can encompass several different avenues. You could be a scammer, you could be a form of a tax protester, you could be somebody who constantly recites the right to travel. The general consensus is that those beliefs will get you called a sovereign citizen, whether you like it or not. Doesn't matter what the individual terms sovereign and citizen mean on their own. Again, the whole definition thing is just
a lot of these videos
asinine.
I'm going to quote this again. Mind me, there is no sovereign citizen in this book.
Okay.
There is no sovereign citizen in this book.
I don't care.
And I have quite a few other law dictionaries.
You see how he likes to spout all 5,000 law dictionaries that he has as though it makes him intelligent?
Black's Law.
I'm going to go do that next time I ever get into a courtroom.
Because if it's not Black's Law, let me help him out. If it's not Black's Law, I'm asking him a question. Could it possibly be Corpus Juris Secundum?
Oh my... Secundum.
Could it be this?
Oh my God. And that's American jurisprudence. That's a separate book, you dipshit. That's not Corpus Juris Secundum.
Could it be this? Or could it be Corpus Juris Secundum?
Oh, now you got it right, dumbass.
Which stands for the body of law. That stands for the body of law. I didn't never say, listen, hold up, you're going to build. He said, you didn't use the term, but legal argument strong. I'm not even talking about that because the 14th Amendment is a federal thing. Let me make this clear.
Okay, he doesn't really, he really can't grasp what I'm saying to him at all.
The 14th Amendment deals with civil rights, which is a territorial jurisdiction. Let me make this clear. Hopefully he can do the research tonight.
Oh, yeah, he also thinks the 14th Amendment is something completely different.
I hope you get ready for me, baby. I hope you get ready for tomorrow.
I don't have to get ready for you, dipshit. I was playing Battlefield 5 all morning. I voted and I got groceries. So he responded to my email saying, "Thank you for responding," and has not sent me anything since. No timetable, no nothing about whether or not he actually does want to have this discussion between him and I. Which makes me think that nothing's going to happen today, and he's going to be a coward and probably put in another 11 o'clock live stream saying, he didn't show up, he didn't reach out to me on Facebook, or some such bullshit that he usually does.
I'm gonna help him out. I'm not those Moors that you build with, family.
Oh, sweet! I won my fantasy
Matter of fact, I'll get it later on.
game this week
tomorrow on Facebook. But let me show y'all what sovereign citizen. Y'all ready? Let me quote this one more time. Sovereign people.
Again, he thinks that by reciting what sovereign is or sovereign people is, that he has a gotcha on here.
Quoting, brother. What laws are you quoting? What laws are you quoting? See, this is the game. They don't want to play this with me. So come live on my Facebook. Sabir Bay's Facebook. So let me quote sovereign people one more time.
I already went on to his Facebook. He doesn't have anything on there about today's discussion or anything like that. It sounds to me like this guy
possesses the power of sovereignty.
Is a bit of a coward. And I'm going to call him a coward.
Representative. Let's see if it says
him or root words. I would still say root words. Because at root words is nuts, but he's not arrogant about it. Not nearly as arrogant as this guy. This guy has the double whammy of being arrogant and stupid.
Help me out, y'all.
What's my record? Oh boy, I think I'm 6-2. This is my old law school fantasy league, by the way. I've won since 2007 or 8. I've been the champion twice. So I'm 7-2, and oh god, I'm in a 3-way tie for 7-2. Oh, shit.
Do you see sovereign citizen in here somewhere? Has no bearing in law. Okay, then tell me what has bearing in law. Help me out. Please help me out and tell me what has bearing.
DN is right.
So, we guess this one don't have
Simply
no
reciting a Black's Law dictionary isn't going to win your goddamn traffic case, buddy.
No.
You know what helps win your traffic case?
Tell me if I'm getting close.
Going to precedent.
Now, I didn't pull out so much because I want to know what laws they
actually asking for discovery. Knowing how to ask the correct questions to the officer.
That they deal with? Which one?
Things like that will actually help you out in maybe getting something different.
Is it Valentine?
And then again, he's trying to cite Bouvier's Law Dictionary from like fucking 200 years ago.
Is it Blackstone? Come on. Which one, y'all? I mean, I'm trying to get the answers out of these cats. Maybe they'll come on my Facebook tomorrow. But let's go back to sovereignty. Brother, we can get into that too. We can get it. I can tear down. Hold up.
Attorneys don't study law, they practice policies. Okay.
Oh, we can tear this down too, because I can break this down also.
According to Devon, because I have a gaming channel and I play games in my free time, I can't be a lawyer. Cool story.
We can go into this too. Oh, we can go into this one too. It says,
Beowulf,
government are instituted amongst men.
Sabir Bay is the one who explicitly called me and Joe Palmetto out last night and said, "Hey, come at me, bro," basically on his Facebook. He told me to email him. I did. He will show that I emailed him in the live stream here. But he hasn't sent me any response other than thank you for your response or thank you for responding. He hasn't sent me anything about a time or a specific platform or nothing.
We're gonna have some fun. Hopefully he can come on tomorrow.
Yeah, I know. Goober, unless your channel has like 100,000 subs, you tend to have a regular life, beyond YouTube, and that life involves work.
Federal, state, or local.
I mean, a lot of the equipment I have, while a fair amount of it is from the generosity of you guys, I would say most of it is out of my dime.
Or to transfer over. Prove me wrong, attorney.
Like, I got this boom from as a Christmas gift, actually. The mic I paid for.
Explain this to me.
My PC I built up, some of it with extra funds, most of it with my own funds. But you know what? We don't even need to talk about fucking Devon anymore. I mean, I really do not give a flying fuck about him. He can go ahead and do his own thing and, rip copyright movies and videos for clicks in the hopes of being able to monetize that shit all he wants.
But I'm gonna show
I don't care anymore.
You don't see sovereign citizen, do y'all? I'm proving my point, right? No sovereign citizen in this book. Should I pull out that one? Hold up.
I don't care about your fucking law dictionaries.
Hold up. Let me help you out.
See how he does it? Again, talking to the third person. Oh, let me help you out. Because, again.
Race, born in a state, not permitted to share in one of the highest duties of citizens. That's a question for you attorneys. The answer is obvious.
Oh, that's right. He's reciting from Dred Scott. He's reciting from the Dred Scott case. For Moors specifically, they really like to nail on, really zero in on Dred Scott as if it's good law at all. So, if we were to have a discussion right now, and I hear him like reciting Dred Scott, like at the moment that he says that he finishes talking, I'm like, are you done? Can we move on to cases that have any relevance to current law right now? Thank you.
He is not.
See you later, Bitterwolf.
By the institutions and laws of the state, right, numbered amongst people. He forms no part of sovereignty. I'll let you marinate on that for 1 second. He forms no part of sovereignty.
That New York Science, one of his own is calling him out.
Now, I got 1, 2, 3, 4 law dictionaries sitting here.
Exactly, Joseph. 14th Amendment explicitly, not explicitly, effectively overturns Dred Scott. Dred Scott said that because a freed slave, Dred Scott said a freed slave is not a citizen of the U.S. Therefore, he had no standing in his case. That is the very, very, very fucking rough summation of Dred Scott. The 14th Amendment fixed that by saying all persons, born or naturalized, are citizens of the United States and are entitled to all the privileges, rights and privileges that come with it. I know. You're right, Liz. I've tried telling that to them, that their fucking theories are coming from white supremacists from the late 60s. But they don't believe it.
We're not in constitutional courts. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. We are in legislative created courts.
Oh God! And here's another meme where he keeps saying that there apparently Article 3 courts don't exist.
One more time.
Ugh.
Nah, baby. This ain't sovereign. This ain't severe base work. This is law.
No, it's not, you dumbass.
This ain't severe base stuff. No. No. Exactly.
Why are you posting pictures of law dictionaries and law reports? It doesn't make you right. Doesn't make.
Don't take my word for it. I'm just presenting a fact. Yes, we all under the Constitution, but they violate the Constitution every Friday. Listen, the law of the land. Help me out. Now I'm being real with y'all. The attorney that's on here. What is the law of the land?
The Constitution. The Constitution is supreme law of the land. From that, Congress is allowed to pass laws. From that, the states are also allowed to have their own constitutions and their own state laws coming from it. The Constitution also gives the executive the ability to, formulate regulations. Cities can pass ordinances. I know. The more I talk about it, the more, like, dejected I get, where I'm like, why am I doing this shit to myself? I could be playing Prey right now. Did I see your Australian soft sit? Well, which one? Hold on. Let me check your channel.
I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm gonna bow down tomorrow. I will bow down right now if you can prove to me what you're talking about. Person. The term has been used necessary for the purpose of asserting to those whom the 14th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution protects. Since the amendment expressly applies to the person.
Yeah. And? Oh my god.
Who are they talking about?
Oh, I have not seen that one.
Are y'all talking to me or somebody else? I just quoted to you sovereign people, not sovereign citizens.
They also sometimes call me a barrister, and while some New England states and like in maybe New York and I know in here in New Jersey, the term solicitor is still used, like a for the municipality's attorney. So they'll say the township solicitor. Is the attorney that the township is hired to act on their to represent them. But barrister and solicitor is generally the term for for attorneys in the UK, not here. But I digress. Imperatorium L 14 turned all into corporate persons and made a way to keep servitude. Yeah, okay. You keep telling yourself that. Oh, see? Somebody. Oh, I missed this. Somebody already used it. British Accredited Registry. I'm a member of the British Foreign Office, or I'm a servant of the Queen, apparently. Are you solicitor in South Carolina? I know in Texas it's it's almost not. I don't believe it's used at all. No.
America is an aboriginal or copper-colored native found on the American continent by the Europeans. The original applications of the name.
Okay. Based on the original application of the name. Yeah, maybe 500 years ago. It's not how it is now, dumbass. Oh my god. Oh my god. These guys think that the meaning of words is set in fucking stone. That they never fucking change. No, fuck your etymology bullshit, Imperatorium. Words change. Words, meanings change.
This is from
You have to look at the
University.
words and their meaning in the context of the time period that they're in, and in the context that they're being spoken.
Take a picture
The
of that.
fact that you don't do that is your fucking problem.
I'm not the Moor you want to play with, G. I
God
am not the one
damn.
you want to play with. So let's go over here. Let's open this up. Cuba, Haiti, Puerto Rico, Jamaica,
Yeah.
and Bahamas. They were the first people to be called Indians.
Yeah. Because of a fucking mistake, because Columbus thought he found India, and it kind of stuck oh my god.
Black don't.
This is so degeneration. This is where I left. I went to bed after this part.
America is a continent, not a country.
Oh my god. Oh my god. In current usage, America is synonymous with United States.
America is a continent, not a country. Exactly. The color code caste system. We're gonna go a little further. Let's talk about it. Because tomorrow, hopefully they come on my page tomorrow.
I emailed you, dipshit, and you never sent me a response.
I really did.
Except for thank you for responding.
I can say one thing I can respect about him. Let me tell you what the attorney.
Because he's out now. He's seeing it.
At least I can respect him. Look what he did. He did email me. Hold up.
Thank you.
Not like most people. He did email me.
But all he sent to me was thank you for responding.
Come on Facebook Live. I don't do that. I don't come on people's platforms like that because you know you be trying to manipulate and tamper with the bull.
Oh, these motherfuckers. They still think that my shoddy live stream the last time we had a talk was like intentional, like I was trying to mute them out.
Okay? Facebook Live. Okay? I'm not gonna make you famous, homie. I ain't gonna make you famous unless you pay me. Stop.
Again. Ego.
Stop playing. America, yeah,
Who the fuck are you, man?
As a matter of fact, I'll send you my number. I'll email you back my phone number.
Which you didn't. Let me see if he actually did. Hang on a second. Let me confirm that. Let me see if he actually did that. Nope. He did not. And here, I'll go ahead and show it to you guys, since I'll go ahead and be generous as well, or at least transparent as well. Hopefully, you guys can see that. There. That's all he sent back. Just so you guys know that he didn't send me shit. Didn't send me his number. Didn't send me a time to have a discussion today. He just, thanks for responding.
If you said somebody a coward, you should come on my Facebook tomorrow. Sabir Bay's Facebook.
Coward.
No problem. Come on Sabir Bay's Facebook. North America's a continent. Go back to class. North America. Oh, let me help him out. Let me help him out. You got. Hold up. Let me help you out. Give me 1 second.
Oh my god.
Scroll up.
Again.
Hold up.
Citing.
Give me 1 second. North
America. American from America. Of or in North or South America. 2 continents. Or North America, South America, or Central America considered together. Or in
North
or
and
a
South
characteristic of the
North
United
America,
States.
South America,
Of,
Central
in,
America.
or characteristic of the
Considered
United fucking States, you dumbass. I like how it completely glosses over the second definition,
Y'all
you
really wanna go
fuck nut.
there? You really want to go there with me?
You debunked yourself in your own definition. Again, here.
South America, West Indies, which I just showed.
American Indian, a member of any of the Aboriginal races of North America, South America, and West Indies. They were named Indians from the belief by early explorers that the regions were part of Asia, which they were wrong about. Does this guy not get that he's debunking his own bullshit with this?
Hold up. You asked me. You said it's just North America. I believe I'll just prove my point by showing you that America is a continent.
Oh my God!
I have to look up the definition for a continent.
America can stand in for the two continents of North America and South America.
I told you who the first people is called Indians. All these hybrids popping out. Oh, I want them to pop out. I want them
hybrids
to pop out. I saw all they could do is get mad. I'm not, and I don't hate people. Let me keep it real with y'all. Sabir Bey has no hate in his heart. No hate in his heart, okay? But I just know the miseducation runs rampant. You don't know who you're talking to, homie.
Oh, God. Get over your fucking self, man.
I suggest you sit back and go through every video that
I have a life, dude. And you are not important enough to me to sit back and watch all your fucking stream of conscious live streams.
Have done. I know you won't do it.
Yeah, because I have better things to do.
With an ego. Why I gotta be ego? Damn, another black man with an ego. Ego? And let's have a sit-down discussion on the word sovereign citizen and sovereign people.
Yeah, I'm seeing that now, D, and I'm looking at the chat.
Go get them and tell them, let's have a discussion on sovereign citizens and sovereign people. So let me give y'all what a country is before I go. Let me help them out. A country is a portion
the Yaqub story. I think I've heard of the term Yaqub. I have no. I can't remember from what.
Independent nations or people. United States is a territory, people.
And you see how you see how this guy like only reads like the first sentence of these definitions.
I don't know if y'all know that or not, but it's a territory.
In its primary meaning, country signifies place, and in a larger sense, the territory or dominions occupied by a community, or even waste and unpeopled sections of regions of Earth. So, I'm going to the hill country, or you know, I live out in the country.
Do your research. Territory. So let's see something. Territory. A part of a country separate from the rest.
It's subject to its
particular jurisdiction.
Yeah, so Puerto Rico, the Marshall Islands, Guam.
A portion of the United States not within the limits of any state. Come on.
Come on, what? You see how I don't know if I can really handle a discussion with this guy.
Now,
he's just going to infuriate me with his ego.
If attorneys get on this video and do the exact same thing, I encourage these attorneys to do this. Get on there and show, don't tell, show what they're talking about. Okay? I want the attorneys to show.
I'm not going to blather on in a law dictionary for 20 minutes to try and debunk you, because that would be boring and that would be asinine. What I have been able to show, or what I can show, is case law and several cases where advocating that you're a Moor, that you are not a 14th Amendment citizen, that you have these special privileges and special statuses, which allows you to not have to follow the laws of the state that you reside in. And yes, you reside in the state, whether or not you think it's just a territory or a body politic or anything else. And courts have said you are fucking moronic. And then they dismiss your case, or they dismiss your appeal, or they sent you to the county lockup for about 30 days for contempt.
Not tell, not talk. Now this is the law dictionary. This is the Webster's dictionary. Country, district, regions, considerable territories.
I mean, I've completely lost this point at this point.
Well, I was then tell them to put up some money.
Rights of Aboriginal and Indigenous peoples doesn't even have any legal significance in the United States as much as if it's the one I think you're talking about. It was a non-binding UN resolution.
Tell these attorneys to put up $1,000. I don't give a goddamn what they believe and think. Tell them to put up
Oh no, he wants to put money. On what?
We can do it in Harvard. We can do it in Yale.
Oh my fucking again. The ego. I mean, he's making Narcissus blush right now. Him trying to spout off, oh, we could do this in fucking Yale and fucking Harvard. Who the fuck are you, man?
We can do it in Spelman. I'll be in Philadelphia. We can sit up in Jenkins Law Library.
I don't.
We can go to room 600 in City Hall and sit in that motherfucker, wherever you want. I'm not that dude. I told you. I didn't talk about this for a reason. But I want, if you believe what you believe in, then put up some money.
I believe what I believe in because all of the prevailing case law says otherwise, and all basic common sense says otherwise. You believe in a revisionist history in which grants you immunity from any fucking laws that everybody else around you is subject to.
Put up some money and make it happen. Don't worry about begging money.
Throne room of the Red Keep.
Don't worry about it. The attorneys beg money, they rip people off. Do y'all know that every attorney is an officer of the court? The attorneys are the ones that beg.
Oh, we work for money? Oh, wow. No, I'm shocked. You know, we have billable hours. Sometimes we can get a retainer. Wow, attorneys have jobs and have a profession and want to get paid for it. Who knew?
The attorneys beg. Let me say this again. Attorneys beg. I'm not the one you want to play with, G. Attorneys beg for money. And that's why they have the highest rate in suicide. Do your research.
Okay.
Research. Attorneys have the highest rate in suicide.
And what are you trying to
I'm not the one.
say with that?
It ain't about hate. It's just setting
that we have on some sort of unspoken shame with our profession. I'm well aware of our profession having a lot of issues with suicide and alcoholism, drug abuse. That is why part of my dues that I pay each year goes specifically to the state's program to aid attorneys with those problems. If I recall, a lot of it has to do with burnout. Attorneys tend to, I don't, I try not to. Attorneys tend to overwork themselves to death, and that can obviously create problems. There you go.
Then make it happen. Then if you think that I will get smoked, then tell them if I'm that confident and they keep making these fake behind videos, then tell them to put up $1,000 shouldn't be nothing.
I hope he sees this one.
Continent. Yes, you're absolutely right. America's a continent, but the immigrants was coming in. You better study your history if you're European. You better study your history. That's what history you better study. You better study your history. All right? I keep trying to tell you, you don't want me to unleash this. So then what are you then? If you're not European, then what are you? They don't fit that definition.
Oh, here we go.
Again. Give me who you are, and please don't tell me that you white. Please don't tell me that you white. He said, "Where's?"
I mean, I don't. Yeah, sorry. I mean, I don't know if the attorneys have the highest. I didn't. That's his claim, not mine. I know that attorneys have a high rate of suicide and issues, but I'm not the one who make the claim that they have the highest. So.
In Philadelphia, if you're in Jersey, you can come across the bridge and meet me in Jenkins Law Library. It's open to the public, baby. You can confirm it by emailing me too. I'll be there next week. I'll curve out my schedule.
Oh, he wants to, Andrew. He wants to be the new Taj. He wants to be the new intellectual leader of the Moorish Savs.
I know a lot of these Moors do watch my videos, but I'm not those Moors. Not that one. So let me give them this one more time, y'all. I'm going to give this one more time. Which I know, see, they want you to be ignorant. You like me when I'm acting silly as hell. They can come on here live tomorrow, Sabir Bey. Don't spell my name with B-A-Y. It's B-E-Y.
I already did. He hasn't updated his shit other than something kind of personal, which I'm not going to get into because I don't deal with that shit.
Doesn't matter. I already showed it. You didn't even hear it. I bet you're going to research me. I bet you that you're going to go research Sabir Bey. I guarantee you this. So, maybe you need to watch a couple of my videos. So, a jurist, J-U-R-I-S-T, one who is versed and skilled in law, who is known by their writing or laws of nations. And let me quote this because somebody asked me about impropria persona. Propria persona
is an archaic term for pro se. It used to mean something different. Now it doesn't. It has no distinct meaning in today's law.
Pleas to the jurisdiction of the court must be pleaded in propria persona because pleaded by the attorney takes lead. Now, I don't know what books they coming from. What's there to search? I bet you are. I'm not a sovereign citizen, so we're going to stop saying that.
You are a sovereign citizen. You're a sovereign citizen. Whether you like it or not, all of the legal theories you espouse falls under the general term of a sovereign citizen. I know you don't like it, but that's what you are. Deal with it.
Stop disrespecting me by saying sovereign citizen. Make this clear, and I want everybody to know what I'm just saying to y'all. Sovereign people is the political body consisting of the entire number of citizens and qualified electors who in their collective capacity possesses the power of sovereignty.
No, I know. It's not about convincing this guy, Steven. That's not the issue.
Request line for you. Okay? For you. Stop with the sovereign citizen bull, because told you, I'm a walking, talking dude. I did it already. You want me to pull that up again? Or they need to see it again. My bad. They need to see sovereign people again. Give me 1 second. They can tell me why they want $23,000 for it.
Why do they? Okay.
It's worth it.
What? Okay. Here's why these kinds of these kinds of encyclopedias are expensive as fuck. Because you know who are the only ones who purchases them and uses them? law schools and big law. Because they're the only ones who can afford that shit. But they're the ones that are big enough to have their own research libraries in tow. No. You would think that this guy would not get to put two and two together and realize that most attorneys don't use American jurisprudence when they're doing their research for the next case. Because that is prohibitively expensive. Law schools use this because it's good for general research, not for getting something put together in a case that you have next week. You fucking idiot.
Tell me which one. This one that costs about $23,260?
This is for law. Oh my god. Alright. I already said it again.
Jurisprudence is the science or the philosophy of law, which treats the principles of positive law and legal relations.
You know what? I'm gonna be. Oh, let me be right back, y'all. Let me see if I have it. I want to show you guys something from my old law school. Let me see here. Alright. Oh. Aha. Almost missed it. Found it. Okay. I don't know if you guys can see this, but this book is called The Anglo-American Legal Heritage. It is from one of my classes in law school. Arguably one of my favorite classes. Because, unlike this ass clown, I have done actual research into the formation of the law in the United States throughout its history. And it goes from the OG, early bits of Roman into the 1066 invasion and how the Normans have influenced law in the United Kingdom and thereby transferred to the United States. You know what was not in here? Any mention of Moors. Now, I wonder why that is.
Jurisprudence is the science or the philosophy of law, which treats the principles of positive law and legal relations. If this don't mean anything, then tell me why they want $23,000 for it. Why? $23,000 for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books. Why do they want $7,000? This is not severe. This is them. For 3 books. Talk to me for a minute. Help me out. Why do they want for corpus juris secundum, which is the body of law?
Oh, hey, here we go. The tree branch of how you go from counselors to attorneys.
Help me out.
As it is today.
On Facebook Live.
Attorneys goes to pleaders to barristers. In the UK, it's barristers, and then attorneys to solicitors. That's also in the UK. Attorneys is still using the United States. Attorneys in the United States are both. They have the positions of both barristers and solicitors in the United States.
I'm not like these other Moors, whatever y'all thought.
They think but now that notice what's also not there, lawyers, which apparently they hold in higher regard as true arbiters of the law. Lawyers not in there.
Down to the home rule charter of the city. Can I say this one more time?
Yeah, this guy's driving me the drinking. I know.
Okay. And I can say all Europeans is the same. Whatever the hell you are, I can say the same thing. I can say all y'all the same. And I have to laugh at this motherfucker because you don't know who you playing with. And I tell everybody to get this also. So it's somewhere
Home rule
Something.
charter?
I don't know. Maybe y'all can help brother out. Get that. They'll tell you the authority of the police. This is called the home rule charter. Every city has one.
What does that have to do with anything?
Okay? It'll tell you their job.
Okay.
Listen. That's them trying to make up who they are. Listen, I don't give a damn if
So Philly's
wrong.
constitution, essentially.
I don't give a damn which one you claim to be. You sucking on the titty of your slave master. Point blank, period. You're sucking on the titty of your slave master. And your time is coming. Your time is coming. But they like...
Get the Treaty of Peace and Friendship? Oh, boy. Come on, man. You really want to go there?
I'm ignorant. Hip-hop, baby. Hip-hop History Month. Tomorrow. Sabir Bey. Facebook. SABIRBEY.
Oh my God, get over yourself. And I'm gonna get copyrighted. Is he?
You like niggas running around here dancing and singing and getting high. Sabir Bey is not that one. Okay? Peace. See y'all tomorrow on Facebook.
Yeah, I haven't seen him at all. Oh boy. So is this it? Oh boy. Let's see. I see about merchant vessels, trade. Man, nothing about how the Moors were actually in control of the American continent. Man, I'm shocked. So shocked. Yeah. You fail. Yeah, it's if it's still enforced today, it's about trade and piracy. That's it. Oh my God. Oh boy. Yes, it talks about what happens when somebody is arrested in Morocco. It has to do with piracy in vessels on ships, not to do with your fucking car. Or the right to travel in the United States, you fucking idiot. I'm sorry, I normally don't like to do this kind of invective, but for fuck's sake, it's clear, even in its arcane text, that it's about shipping and the waters and trade and piracy, not fucking right to travel. Oh my God. Anyway, I'm gonna end this, since it's clear that this guy ain't gonna show up. He ain't gonna do shit. With one of these cases that I found, that just came out in Pennsylvania. No, it's not. And now, honestly, at this point, I feel like you're trolling me. This guy filed an appeal. Lincoln Levy's filed an appeal from a sentence of third-degree murder, endangering the welfare of a child, aggravated assault, and aggravated assault of a victim less than 13. So, yeah. Death of his 5-week-old daughter. Terrible situation. But listen to this guy. And listen to what the judge says. Appellant has grossly mischaracterized the circumstances pertaining to these issues. The trial court explained its decision not to permit counsel to withdraw, not to allow appellant to proceed pro se, and to hold appellant's trial in absentia as follows. Appellant's, quote, sovereign citizen, unquote, behavior began before trial. So the court was not surprised when he continued with that untenable theory before the jury was even selected. His insistence on pushing those thoughts reached the point where he was removed from the courtroom and jury selection began. After a break with potential jurors in the jury box to conduct voir dire, appellant continued with his lack of consent position and ramblings about a CQ trustee. So we got that one going. After several warnings, the appellant was removed from the courtroom and those 10 potential jurors were excused from the jury pool. Several minutes later, the topic of supplemental voir dire questions were discussed. Appellant was present. His presence did not last long. He, once again, was taking issue of his lack of consent to the proceeding and then was removed. Near the end of jury selection for that day, appellant was removed, but not before he objected to the jury panel. The weekend passed, and on Tuesday, jury selection was completed. The court was preparing for opening arguments and opening instructions. Appellant was present, but his insistence on things which are part of his sovereign citizen thinking prevented him from participating in the next event in his trial. That being the opening instructions followed by opening arguments. The court engaged in some dialogue with him. It was more of the same obstinance which he had displayed already, which prompted the court to have him removed. Appellant repeated this behavior again later when the court returned appellant to the courtroom at the beginning of his case in chief. Again, his disruptive conduct resulted in his removal from the courtroom. It is fair to say that at each significant event in the trial, appellant was brought to the courtroom with the goal of seeking his participation in his own trial. So basically, because he wouldn't shut the fuck up about his sovereign citizen bullshit, the judge kicked him out, and they held the trial in absentia with his public defender doing his case for him. Oh. Cornelius Paul Barthélemy Bay, plaintiff, pro se, Kinder, whatever the fuck that's. He's a Cornelius Paul Barthélemy Bay is a convicted inmate housed in Allen Correctional Center in Kinder, Louisiana. He filed his pro se saying he is a black political hostage who has been kidnapped and subjected to involuntary servitude and treated as chattel property in contravention of his rights as an African Moor, which is his true nationality. He seeks monetary damages and restoration of his nationality. Let's see how that goes. In addition, even beyond 11th Amendment immunity, Bartholomew's claims are also frivolous because the claims are based on a sovereign citizen theory, which is indisputably meritless legal theory. The sovereign citizen movement is a loose grouping of litigants, commentators, tax protesters who often take the position they are not subject to the state or federal statutes and proceedings. That is perfect. That is the perfect definition of a soft sit. Litigants, commentators, and tax protesters who often take the position that they are not subject to state or federal statutes and proceedings. Oh, they got Bay v. Stumpf, which is another one about the... I don't know if you're gonna like this one, Imperador. Because it goes deep into the Moorish beliefs. I don't know if you're gonna like it. Yeah. If y'all want to know where the court, the U.S. courts, and hey, New Jersey, shocked, really dive deep into this Moorish thing, this is one of those cases. Bay versus Stumpf, 825 F sub 2D 537. So if you have access to Lexis or another, or maybe Google Scholar might have it, try and find this case. If not, you can ask me and I might be able to send you a copy. Might. Not that kind of Lexus, Liz. In 1998, the U.S. courts for the Seventh Circuit. Again, 1998. So the U.S. courts are well aware of who the Moorish Savs are. if I recall, but the first time I've seen a case where they're mentioned is from like the mid '80s. Shortly after the concept of the Moorish movement was outlined, discussions of another movement appeared on the pages of legal opinions issued by the federal judiciary. That other movement was dubbed as Sovereign Citizenship Movement. This movement was fostered by a loosely organized collection of groups and individuals who have adopted a right-wing anarchist ideology originating in the theories of a group called the Posse Comitatus in the 1970s. Posse Comitatus is a white supremacist group in the 1970s. So again, these guys are borrowing the legal theories from white supremacists. The irony is palpable. And then they go into more often. They go into the next one, the straw man concept, presented exploited somewhat differently by those redemptionists who claim that at the moment of their denouncement of U.S. citizenship and or the accompanying the self-grant of an imaginary alternative citizenship, their straw man incarnation became deceased and their live persons quasi-expatriated from the U.S. while continuing their actual physical residence in the United States. In connection with this quasi-expatriation scheme, the redemptionists often claim that their live persons A, hold estates in the form of actual physical bodies of their respective quasi-deceased strawmen, and B, reside in the geographic locales self-claimed away from the United States. It does not appear that one's Moorish ethnic roots or Moorish religious convictions or both have any reason to go hand in hand with one's adhesion to the sovereign citizenship movement, or with one's professing the theory of redemptionism, or with one's practice of paper terrorism, claims of self-granted diplomatic immunity, etc. However, and unfortunately enough, certain groups of individuals began merging these concepts by building on their alleged ancestry in ancient Moors and or on their alleged or actual adhesion to Moorish religious convictions for the purposes of committing criminal offenses and or initiating frivolous legal actions on the grounds of their self-granted diplomatic immunity, which these individuals deduce either from their self-granted Moorish citizenship and from their correspondingly produced homemade Moorish documents, or from correspondingly obtained world passports, or from a multitude of other equally non-cognizable under law bases which these individuals keep creating in order to support their allegation of diplomatic immunity. I heard of that too. Oh, screw it. Like, the original Moorish were, was intended to be like a civic organization, like a. Yeah. And look at what it's turned into. My understanding is that kind of idea is still there, but the problem is that but for these Moorish ass clowns, nobody would have ever heard of Moors in that sense. They're only known by the sovereign citizen versions of them making news. The Marrakesh cases. Those are infamous. That's one of my favorites, because I'm sure many of you guys have seen the string of court video on these two jackasses. Let me see if I can find it. Oh yeah. This guy. These guys. I know you guys know who they are. You know what's sad is I think one weekend I poured through YouTube and found as many of the excerpts of this entire proceeding, and made a playlist and put them in order by date.
No.
Do I still have that? I don't think I still have that. I'll have to recreate it.
Everybody else sit down. Have a seat. Have a seat. That's 0807727I, 0302282I, 0804441I. Mr. Luciano, would you note your appearance for the record?
Good morning, Assistant Prosecutor Mike Luciano for the state.
All right, last time we were in court, the court made a ruling. Mr. Keesler, would you note your appearance, please? All right, court made a ruling, in essence, allowing Mr. L. To represent himself in these matters. Subsequent to that, the court has received 2 other filings from Mr. L. Sir, you are? Are you a licensed practitioner?
I am not.
Well, on the other side,
Other side
of the rail. Thank you.
Thank you.
Subsequent to that ruling, the court has received, I believe, 2 other filings.
Clifford Jefferson? I don't know if I have, Pete.
And
I'll have to look for that one.
He's raising.
Oh, you haven't seen this, Goober? Oh, man.
So the court,
Oh, wow.
upon further reflection, given the nature
Trying to,
and complexity of the issues that have been raised by Mr. L, the court is...
This is, he's right. This is the very first of these.
And will make a determination that until a licensed practitioner in the state of New Jersey substitutes in for Mr. L, the court will enter an order that Mr. Keesler will remain as counsel.
Objection. For the record.
It's overruled.
Objection. For the record. I have not authorized the Office of Public Defense or John J. Keesler take this matter.
Okay.
Or represent this.
Very well.
The office. For the record.
I got it.
Yes, I'll send you the link in Discord.
Until there is a licensed practitioner in the state of New Jersey.
Objection. The practice of law cannot be licensed by any state, and that's according.
Board of Bar Examiners of New Mexico versus Schwer.
Board of the Examiners 353 U.S 238-239.
Objections overruled. Until there is an attorney, a licensed practitioner here to represent Mr. L.
Oh, man.
Is recognizing Mr. Keesler as the attorney of record.
Objection. For the record.
Look at this poor bastard. You just gotta grin and bear it.
1.0. A firm, a law firm denotes a lawyer or lawyers in a law partnership, professional corporation, sole proprietorship, or other association authorized to practice law, or lawyers employed in a legal services organization or the legal department of a corporation or other organization. http://www.judiciarystate.nj.us/rules.
Until an attorney authorized to practice law is representing you, Mr. L, the Public Defender's Office, Mr. Keesler, will represent you.
Objection. For the record, the corporate body politic that has authorized the Aboriginal Law Firm's Secretary of State authorization number is 003.
Okay, the fact that New Jersey has accepted your paperwork as a 501c3 does not make you a goddamn law firm.
The fact that you listen to me, Mr. That's it. That's it. I'm tired of this now. If you come in here again with this mess, and I'm gonna call it mess on the record, you're gonna be arrested.
On the record.
We're done. This matter will be continued till November 10th. If there's a substitution of attorney from somebody licensed, the fact that the Aboriginal law firm may have some standing with the Secretary of State is not the issue in this case. It's a question of whether, in fact, The law firm has an attorney licensed to practice in the state of New Jersey.
Objection!
Continue to November 10th, 2008 at 9 o'clock. Thank you.
Objection!
Objection! I'm done.
Now, put this on the record, please.
You can put whatever you want on the record. I'm done.
And
Let the record show I have filed a writ of coronam juris, a demand
and as a result of this, the judge
to all concerning the items of subject.
appropriately recused himself from the rest of the proceedings. And then you get Judge Levon for the remainder of this nonsense. There you go. Again, this is shit uploaded by the Moors. They think this is a fucking example of them winning. That should tell you a lot. Is this the right one? No. This motherfucker has it all out of order. Yeah, the judge has abandoned ship. Oh, where is it? Part 10. Oh, this dumbass doesn't even have it right. I remember I have found this thing. I found almost all of them in order. Hey, Imperatorium. What's it? No credit for partial answers, and I know exactly where you're fucking citing that from. Dipshit. Oh, where is it? Oh, somebody already made their own made the playlist. Well, good on him. Okay, here's the beginning. This is the other guy that's part of this case, and they talk about some other attorney. There we go.
All right, and now,
Here we go.
under indictment 08-04-0441, we will proceed to the matter of the state of New Jersey.
Exactly, dumbass. You got it from the Federal Debt. God, what is it? The Federal Debt Collections Act, or something to that effect. It's about how the feds can be a debtor. It doesn't mean what you think it fucking means, dude. Citing one part of the U.S. Code definition section among a code that has several sections with definitions isn't the gotcha that the U.S. is a corporation because it says so. That's not how it fucking works.
Cancel your appearance, please.
Judge, good morning. Assistant Prosecutor.
And again, people have argued that shit over and over and over and over in cases, and it's been struck down as bullshit.
Aboriginal law firm. You are here as yourself.
You could cite to me definitions out of context until the cows come home. I can cite to you cases in federal court where that has been struck down as stupid and not true.
I'm not in the state of New Jersey, man. I'm domiciling in North America, and I'm in Timbuktu. That's where we're at right now, man.
I didn't know Timbuktu was in New Jersey. I guess I gotta read up on my geography.
6 of the Constitution.
Yeah, I'm going to interrupt you for a moment, please. We will talk about all of those substantive issues and procedural issues in a moment.
All right, man. No
But
problem.
you are not here as a representative of the Aboriginal law firm. You are here in my courtroom as a named defendant in a criminal indictment.
Ma'am, with all due respect, ma'am, I'm not a defendant. With all due respect,
Oh, yeah?
I am representing the Aboriginal law firm concerning this matter. If I may state for the record, ma'am.
No.
Suburb of where the Sopranos was filmed. What? Wait a minute. It's in the Caldwells? Ah.
First of all, please have a seat. Secondly, I do not allow people to call out from the audience, so please don't do that. Sir, I do not allow people to call out from the audience. Please do not do that. Thank you. No, sir, do not call out from the audience. Please be seated and please be quiet.
I know, right?
May you continue, ma'am?
No.
Okay.
Sir, do not listen to me. I have that sheet.
This is the last video I'm gonna see, and then I'm gonna call it a day, since I don't expect this guy to jump in all of a sudden. And then later, I'm probably gonna on my gaming channel, I'm gonna be live streaming some Prey for y'all.
I said, ma'am. I said, call me Cheyenne.
Oh, the guy from the Republic of Canada.
Cheyenne Kushamirel. You are named in the indictment.
You thieved our child from us.
In a criminal case. I understand your position. Number one, the state of New Jersey.
Canada no longer exists. We're under the Republic of Canada.
And should not have named you in the indictment, and you're not subject to the laws of the state of New Jersey and the procedures. I understand that that is what your position is. And at the end of the day,
If anything, Judge LaVaughn, she should be commended for her
someone may be determined as a matter of fact and as a matter
for
of
her
fact,
candor,
and
her professionalism.
the indictment will be dismissed. But as of
Because I know I can think of a lot of other New Jersey judges who wouldn't have tolerated the level of bullshit that she had to go through with these two clowns.
The state of New Jersey has documentation of my identification. The original charge was charged to Brandon Casimir for possession of CDS exhibiting false document, possession of false document. That warrant, man, was signed by George McCloskey.
name's Gregory.
Gregory McCloskey, man. Serves your office with the proper documentation that the oath was not signed or the warrant wasn't signed, man. Therefore, if you can give me a minute to get my papers situated, I can tell you exactly what I'm talking about.
I understand what you're talking about, sir, but this is the problem. We are not talking about whether
Of this case, oh boy, damn it! I don't want to say definitively. I did find out they got. I can't remember if they were found guilty or they pled out, but they did serve time.
whether you are going to proceed representing yourself or whether you are going to need an attorney to represent you.
Ma'am, I'm not consenting to any of the proceedings. I will not be making any agreement with any attorneys at law, providing I haven't given any of them power of attorney. I'm only here under threat, duress.
Miss Funnyfeet, I feel like the Shriners are too busy helping out kids, helping out sick kids to care about these clowns.
I'm here under threat, duress, and coercion. My property was stolen from me, so I cannot represent myself. That's impossible to do, ma'am. I'm here in appropriate personas of juris. I'm here before you. This is not the person or the man that was charged. Brandon Casimir is Brandon Casimir. That's a dissolved entity. Brandon Casimir origins starts in Brooklyn, New York. I have
So it
documentation.
also says, also known as.
I'm not. That is incorrect.
I did find his case where he tried to. Yeah, see there. That's the end of it. Well, there's actually more of that that I found, but that's the end of that one. But he tried to file suit against his dead legal fiction, and that didn't go very well in federal court. There is actually more of it, Gary, but I really want to take a break. I do not. I need to wash my brain of this shit right now. How are they not held in contempt? again, the judge should be commended for her professionalism and patience, because I don't know anybody else. I can't think of any many judges who would tolerate what she had to tolerate throughout that entire endeavor. So, okay, I'm all done. I'm going to get something to eat, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you for dropping by. I hope Sabir Bey gets to see this, and I hope he knows that I'm calling him out as a coward, because he made no mention of when he wanted to talk, and I was sitting here ready, willing, able, and I haven't heard shit from him. So, calling you out, Sabir. Let's do this. Adios.